is Tracy from Girls of the Con, and I'm here with Brooke, Cathy, and Madeline at GenCon 2015. And we're going to ask them several questions and get some feedback on some cosplay. Okay, so like I told you, I have like 20 questions. Our first one is, what was your first cosplay or costume, and what inspired you to create it? So we can start.
Our first one was actually together. We did a Doctor Who group.
Yeah.
And you were sexy.
I was.
Well, she was sexy as in like the descriptor, and sexy as in that was what the character was called.
That was what the character was called.
Oh, okay.
It was the TARDIS incarnate as a woman.
Oh, okay.
She called herself sexy.
And I was River Song.
Awesome.
And it was really easy.
Okay, and
this is my first cosplay.
Oh, okay. Here, let me see if I can get a good look.
This is Morrigan from Dragon Age. She's a very powerful mage, and I like Dragon Age, so...
She likes mages too.
I love mages, and we were putting this together, and she's like, you know, you'd be a good Morrigan.
So did you make that yourself?
She did.
She made the necklace and the brooch.
I made these two things.
Yeah, I made the shirt
and the skirt.
Okay.
I also colored her hair for her.
Awesome. Very nice.
The corset you bought.
So you three have been friends for quite a while then, right? And you guys do a lot of stuff together?
We were roommates in college like 6 years ago?
No, like 3 years ago. We were roommates our senior year.
For like 6 years.
Yeah, and then I've known you for like 3 years.
For as long as I've been dating Colin. So about 3 years.
Okay. All right. So what is your favorite cosplay or costuming moment that you've had to date?
To date.
Yeah.
And I have to say, all the people kind of stopping us like, oh my god, Dragon Age is awesome! It kind of makes me feel like a celebrity. Everyone's like, oh my god, you're Morrigan!
It's nice to have them recognize the costume.
Yeah. I would say the year that we did a Batman group, we're all Batman villains. So you were Harley Quinn and I was Poison Ivy, and we couldn't get 5 feet without people being like, stop, we need pictures.
Right, and then 10 more people would gather around.
So we were just standing, we're like,
we got nothing done.
This is good. This is good. We'll probably make it down this aisle in the next hour. Probably.
Okay.
So that was a pretty good one.
What is your favorite cosplay or costume that you own?
That is a good one.
Or maybe, I guess it's the favorite to wear?
Yeah.
I like this one just because I'm wearing a ball gown.
Yeah.
And I feel very elegant.
She let me dip her for a picture. It was awesome.
Awesome.
And I love wearing corsets, so this kind of gives me an excuse to wear one.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I did put a lot of time into. Oh, you want me to? I like having my face done like this, even though it takes like an hour to do my whole face. Either this or last year we did. Neither of you were there. Last year I did with a couple other people a Soul Calibur group, and that was fun. We got to like pose and like do fighting poses and stuff like that.
Yeah. I put together a Soul Leader, the anime group, and my little brothers got to come along. So that wasn't my favorite personal costume, but my brother's costumes were really awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that was.
Okay, so out of all the conventions that you've attended, which one is your favorite and why?
You've been to a lot more
I've been
conventions.
to a lot of them. I guess they all have really good and unique qualities. Like, I like the gamingness of this one. So many of them we have been more like, this is comic books and this is anime, and like those are good stuff, but we kind of come to conventions to like game, some of us.
Okay.
But I like Artist Alley. So the Artist Alley at C2E2, which I was just at, was phenomenal. And I met Scott Snyder.
Okay. So Madeline?
I've only been to this one and Wizard World Chicago. This one is bigger. and there's more to do at this one at GenCon. This is my first time here, so I don't know what all there is to do. But there's more to do here, whereas at Wizard World, there's more stuff to look at, more stuff to buy, way more artists. So I feel like I should go to both to get a good balance.
Okay. Kathy?
This is the only one I've been to, so.
It's your favorite. Awesome.
It's
All
our first
right.
time.
Okay, so how many costumes do you have, and what's your least favorite to wear, and why?
How many costumes do I have? I've done. This is my 4th year doing it at cons, and then I've done a couple others for like Halloween or for parties. My least favorite to wear. I wouldn't say that I hated wearing it, but I was Yoko from Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. It's an anime, so I was a bikini-clad freedom fighter with a sniper rifle.
Oh.
And walking around that exposed was interesting.
Right.
The sniper rifle was cool. I looked really cool, but
Oh, that's good.
walking around that exposed was interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually jump off of that where I was Poison Ivy, but instead of doing like the corset, I had
She had a leaf bikini.
pasties. I had pasties, and she
looked
was like
amazing.
I looked great, and I love the costume still, but like as far as ones that I hated wearing,
That one?
it was just glued to my boobs.
No.
So that one.
Okay, and since this is your first one, I guess you don't have a least
Well,
favorite?
I have costumes that I've done for like Halloween.
Right.
I would say my least favorite to wear was Harley Quinn from Arkham City, just because there wasn't really much to it, and I had to kind of sew parts because I'm very curvy, and the pants didn't fit me right, the top didn't fit me right, so yeah,
That's why we make all of ours now.
So that brings us to, what is your next project? Or is it a secret? And if it's a secret, can you give us a hint?
It's kind of a secret.
Okay, that's fine. Well, where will you be debuting it? Or your goal? I'm sorry?
The Madison Comic-Con.
In Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Which I think is in February.
Okay. Well, you'll have to take some photos and share it on our page.
Will.
Okay. What do your friends, family, significant others think about your hobby of cosplay?
They love it.
3 of our significant others
Which were with you?
over gaming over there.
Dressed up correspondingly.
What's funny is that I had done like 2 cons before I started grad school, and all of my grad students, like most of my classmates were like people who worked full time and then took classes in the evening, whereas I worked part time and did classes full time. So I felt a little out of place, like being less professional. And then people would add me on Facebook and be like, "What are you wearing?" I was like, "Yes, I am a totally like normal professional academic, and I am very serious." And
All of my grad school friends, I got like the cheek pinches where it's like, oh, it's so cute. That's
Aw.
so adorable.
And what about you?
My mom kind of watches me play some of these games, so if I show her a picture and then show her my costume, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's really good."
That's
So
cool.
sometimes she'll watch it, but other times it's like, she's like,
whatever.
My
Man
mom,
with camera.
my mom doesn't get it.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand. I just go to the con.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a negative experience while in a costume, and how did you deal with it?
I was videotaped by a creepy old man. Like, not that old men are creepier than young men, but he happened to be old, and I don't generally like. This aside, I don't generally like being videotaped. I was in my Yoko costume, and this guy just comes up and films me. And I wasn't like posing or anything. I was just sitting against a wall, waiting for my partner to come back to the bathroom. And he filmed me, and so I kind of waved at him, and he was just kind of like, that was weird.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of, and like,
I've never been groped,
yeah,
but
I had a butt pinch once.
you had a butt pinch. Was that with Poison Ivy? Yeah.
And what did you do when they pinched your butt?
Nothing.
Just kept walking?
Yeah.
Just ignored it?
Yeah.
When I was Harley Quinn from Arkham City, it was at a Halloween party, and a lot of guys that we all know were there, and since I kind of was exposed, they kept like making comments, and since I kind of knew them, I would just smack them.
Right.
There you go.
So I kind of took care of that, but at the same time, it's really annoying to where I couldn't wear something anything that was a character.
Right. That's why a lot of people think that cosplay means yes when it doesn't.
No.
That's why it's really nice to like see that in programs where it's like costume is not consent.
Yes.
Ooh. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to have those like those regulations said often and all the time.
Yeah.
And it makes the environment safer. It
Yes.
makes it feel better.
Okay, so what advice would you give others looking to get started in costuming or cosplay?
Choose a character that you really love, and if you want to go with a group, you could always do like what we did, like Dragon Age Inquisition.
Okay.
It's fun to go into. I would say, I don't know. On the one hand, I would say like just go for it. If you want to wear a bikini, wear a bikini. No matter what your body type is, what color you are, what your height is. Unfortunately, people are kind of crappy. But I would like to see more like body diversity. I'm an eating disorder survivor, and so cosplay has sort of helped me like be more confident in my body, and so I would like to see more of that happening. But unfortunately, it's not always like safe from harassment, from fat shaming.
Right. And it doesn't matter what your size is.
really
The trolls will go
Oh,
after
yeah.
anyone. You could be have the most perfect body, they'll go after
Oh
you.
yeah, they'll find
Yeah,
something.
and then you're a slut for doing that.
Right.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yeah, it's hard to win.
Yes.
It's hard to win. But I guess my advice is like, be creative. There is nothing you can't make. These things are made from like crap foam.
Yeah.
Like,
I make everything up as I go.
yeah,
So.
there's no rules.
Yeah.
Okay, and our last question of this set
Okay.
is, what's the greatest challenge you've faced in costuming or cosplay?
Putting groups together,
Oh my god.
trying to head and organize.
Like I'm
groups.
trying to like call people and trying to be like,
Yeah.
where are you?
I gave up, so Maddie took
Yeah, and so I'm probably not gonna do that anymore. I mean, like I mentioned, the body confidence has
Right.
really been a challenge for me, and sometimes I go back through my old pictures and I'm like, oh my god, who let me wear this? But I'm getting better. It's getting good. So
I would say sometimes just getting the costume to sit right.
Right.
Like with my shoulders, I have to keep adjusting them.
I'm like
So-
safety pin into everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of safety pins. Some parts fall off. We had to repair my boyfriend's armor today.
Oh,
I brought a whole box of safety pins. So I am
bring a
prepared.
toolkit.
Another advice: be prepared. Bring all the safety pins you got. Hot glue
Yes.
gun.
Okay, and we'll stop here.